What's going on YouTube? GraveCinder here, and welcome to another video. This one is going to be a little bit different, if you will. It's not really a tutorial. Um, it's mainly a versus video with some how-to, if you will, um, explaining the different things that I'll be doing in here. But in any case, the reason I made this video is because I couldn't find anything like it on YouTube, and I think this might be helpful to some of those that are just starting out, or even to some of those that are wondering if you should start your new city as a more geared towards a high density city, as far as residential goes, so like the high rises and stuff, or smaller town, and what the target goal is for you and as far as population goes. To explain, what I'll be doing here is in this block right here, it's going to be all high density residential. In this block right here, it's going to be all low density residential. What we're going to do is we're going to compare the population between the left side and the right side, and I'm sure you know that the high density residential is going to have more population, but exactly how much? That is what we're going to find out in this video. The other thing that you can learn from watching this video is how to upgrade everything to level 5. When I come back and this is all zoned, every single one of these houses and buildings, sky rises, whatever you want to call them, are going to be upgraded to level 5. Promise, I do. I will get into the comparison first when I come back, and then we're going to take a look at the how-to and what is required of you to do to upgrade everything to level 5. It's not easy. Well, I mean, it's easy. It's time-consuming, but I'll go more into detail into that here in just a while. So I'll see you guys in just one moment, and you will notice that everything will be zoned and built. Well, that only took forever. Literally, what I did here is I zoned all of this, and I left. I left the Xbox to run. I think it was like 3 hours, and I came back and everything was pretty much done. Before I left, though, I was getting extremely bored waiting for all of this to zone in, so I did a tiny bit of decoration. Put in a couple of tennis courts, some pathways, and some bushes. So, as you guys can see, all of these buildings are level 5. There isn't a single building in here that is a level 4 or below. So let's take the time to appreciate level 5 buildings in residential. There was one in here that I really liked. Where is it? I think, yeah, it was this one right here. It looks like a little castle. It's pretty cool. And let's take a look at the high density. These buildings look phenomenal. I really like the way they look. There's a good variety. If you guys don't have the Art Deco and the high-tech buildings pack, please go ahead and get it. You are gonna enjoy the higher buildings in those DLCs. And I'm not sure if that was for me it was included in the game, the season pass that I have, but I'm not sure if if it would cost you guys anything anything there. And no, Cities Skylines is not paying me to promote their content. I just simply enjoy their content, so I would recommend it, to say the very least. In any case, let's get into. Oh, by the way, before I get into it, I know there's going to be a lot of questions regarding these high density buildings here from you guys that are on PS4. Some of these buildings are not available on PS4, and the reason I say that is because here on Xbox we have the mod browser list. And the mod browser allows you to activate spawnable buildings that look a little bit more or a little bit different than the rest of the buildings themselves. So I don't really see one in here right now, nor that I would be able to tell the difference right off the bat. But if you don't have a building that looks like one of these and you're on PlayStation 4, that may be the reason, or that is the reason. Aside from the high tech buildings art deco pack itself. But let's go ahead and get down to business. Here you guys see Lilac Park. That is our low density residential. Chestnut District is the high density residential. So we're going to go into our inspector tool over here, push Y on Xbox, triangle on PlayStation 4. Lilac Park, go ahead and select it. And if you see up in the households, 227 out of 241. Let me explain that to you. Select any building. So you see right here where it's got a really nice happy face where it says 4 out of 5 households up at the top. That means that this house can hold 4 families. As strange as that is what that means. 4 families living in this particular house right here. So 227 out of 241 population. We actually have nearly 1,000 population in just this 3x3 block, which is pretty good. Workers, 64 out of 70. So what that means is, let's go ahead and take a look at one of these industrial buildings over here. So this building right here has 16 out of 16 workers. This complete area, I have no idea how many workers it's got because I don't have a district. There we go. Perfect. In Lilac Heights here, this is a forestry industry where you see workers 530 out of 619. So that means that 64 out of 70 workers are employed from this population of 968. So the rest are either teens, young adults, adults that don't work, or seniors that are retired, is my guess. And I don't really care about weekly tourist visits, at least for this tutorial video. But do you see where it says average zone buildings level? Right below the pie chart. So that's all at level 5. So there's not a single building in here that is level 4 or below. If there was, there would not be 5 green bars in this district. There would be a 4 green and 1 blue with the meter going towards green to let you know how far in the progress that is. So population 9. It was just 970. Let's just call it 1,000 to round it off. 1,000 in this 3x3 block right here in low density residential. Now, high density, we have 2,900 to round it off. So guys, that is 3 times the amount of the lower density. So 3 times the amount of people living in the same zonable space, 3x3 block, in the high density residential. So 811 households, 2,879 population. Workers, we have 115 of them out of 134, and down below the pie chart you can tell that average zone buildings level is 5 as well. So guys, there you have it. That was the main point of the video itself, is the difference between, let's say, a 3x3 block and a 3x3 block of low density residential, high density residential, and both being level 5 buildings, and how much population you can have in that particular area. Keep in mind this is not completely maxed out yet, as you saw that households was not completely filled in. There is still more room for growth, um, but more so over here on the side of high density than the low density. All right, now for how to get to level 5 buildings in residential, so low and high density, there's a number of things that you have to do to make these residents happy and make everybody um, upgrade, if you will. So, um, first things first, the basics out of the way. You do have to have electricity and water. That's a no-brainer, right? Garbage is important too. If you guys can see right here, I do have a garbage incinerator that is pretty close to this area. Not ideal, again, but the reason I placed it over here is so it could cover this whole area. So if we click on garbage, you can see that everything is covered in this particular area. The other thing has to be healthcare, and that's twofold. Healthcare meaning hospitals or clinics. The other one meaning that you have to have coverage for crematoriums or cemeteries. So that is very important to have. Again, you'll know your area is covered if the road is lit up in green. If it's not, so let's say like this one right here, it's not covered. Fire. Fire is another one that you do have to have covered. As simple as that. You just have to place some buildings down. Police station, same thing. You do have to have enough coverage. Schools. Schools are a little bit tricky, and the reason I say that is because um, schools it's a ploppable building, right? You can put it down, um, but it's not going to have an effect right away. The reason I say that is because let's say you get a building and there was one here. I think it was this one that gave me like a 10-minute headache because it wouldn't upgrade. But it says you need to educate more building, or I'm sorry, more citizens in order for this building to upgrade. Well, it takes time for your residents to graduate. So they in the game they go from elementary school to high school um, to university, and then they've graduated, right? And you have a stat. You have a stat of uneducated, educated, well-educated, and highly educated Sims in your city. So if that's the only thing that you're missing to upgrade to level 5 is just educating more citizens, if you have enough schools, enough room in schools, give it some time, that will happen. The next one is going to be public transport. So whether you're doing um, metros, trains, trams, or buses, all of those will work. What I have here is a clockwise and a counterclockwise route, just just circling this block right here to help it have um, public transport. And parks. Parks are crucial. Um, one for leisure, two for land value. So the more parks you have, the higher the land value of that particular area will be. And that's it. I know it seems like a lot. It isn't. It does cost some money to get everything done, so don't expect to have everything level 5 right off the bat when you start, but play with it. That is what it takes to have all of your residential buildings upgraded to level 5. So let me know what you guys thought about this video. I'm thinking about making a offices versus industrial buildings comparison as well. Two reasons. Again, one, so you can see how many people offices can hold, how to upgrade them, as well as as well as industrial also. But let me know if you have any questions, if I can help in any way. And thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me your time, and hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, um, give it a like. That really helps out my channel. Also, if you would like to see more of videos like this, but also tutorials, and you want a really good Let's Play series, I have one going on a snowfall map right now. So please subscribe to the channel if you want to be updated about new videos coming out. And as always, guys, have a good time.